Y'all know me, man. Y'all know me. I hope y'all ready for this one right here. We're here. Yeah! YouTube, what up? Welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Watson. I'm Watts. I'm hoping that everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Everybody got some Black Friday sales or lack thereof, because to be honest with you, Black Friday hasn't felt like Black Friday in a good 8 years, but that's just another story for another day that we'll talk about. I hope you had some good food. Depending on how the turkey was cooked, I hope it was good. Me, I was definitely house hopping. Not really house hopping. I spent the Thanksgiving with my mother. Then I went to my cousin's crib. I was definitely on my Luther Reigns shit. I was like, let me get some of that turkey. Let me get some of that mashed potatoes. Peas. I had peas before. You know what I'm saying? I was in my bag a little bit, but that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about Survivor Series and how much of a dud Survivor Series was. Now, you can tell that a lot of nothing goes into these feuds, goes into these matches, goes into the rehearsal of these matches. There was not one match that I could say was definitively the match of the night. There was a couple cool spots in a few of them, but there was not really no match of the night. So on a rundown, well, we had the Women's War Games match. We had Dominic versus John Cena for the Intercontinental title. We had Nikki Bella versus Stephanie Vaquer, and then we had the Men's War Games match. I'm so sick of these 4 match cards and stuff like that. It's so lazy. And you can tell that a lot of these guys don't really get together and rehearse these spots, these matches. It feels like they're just reading off cue cards. It feels like there's not a lot of thought put into it. And that's what happens when not only the man in charge is not leading by example, such as being there, being readily available, and leading by example. Everybody wants to take shortcuts. Everybody's getting short out of their money and their money's worth in this. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's start with the Women's War Games match. Atrocious. 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 Sorry, guys. Trash. Garbage. Kaput. Not good. Not exciting. The only spot was Io putting a trash can on her face and jumping off. We've seen it like 5 times. It's over. We need to... They're trying to make this a thing, and I don't think that they should make this a thing. She could have very well just did a moonsault off of the cage, and it would have been a lot better than her putting the trash can on her head, because we've seen it already. We seen this in the first Women's War Games match that she was in. We don't need to see Io Sky put the trash can on her face no more. At all. They trying to make it a thing like when people would be like, oh, is Kofi Kingston going to escape elimination in the Royal Rumble? This how. After a while, it gets stale. You got to figure out new ways to do it. And the more you try to figure out new ways to do these type of things, it ultimately could leave you injured. So I'd rather them just retire that now and she quits while she's ahead. That's just me. We'll circle back on this next year. All right. But overall, that match was nothing to jump off the porch about. The only thing I was happy about was Lash Legend. She looked damn good. God bless her. Just now got engaged with Trick Williams. Shout out to them. Shout out to Black Love. She had that shit on. Charlotte, she I'm not gonna lie, like I like Charlotte, man. She's dope. But there was nothing that I could take home or nothing memorable about this. And I wanna put one thing out there as well. I wanna put one more thing out there. You guys know that was the last PLE of the year. I'm not counting Saturday night's main event where John Cena will have his last match. Now, last time is now tournament. I'm not counting that. That doesn't count to me. You know what I'm saying? So we're about to go a whole month without any PLEs. If you got ESPN and it's not for other things like other sports and stuff like that, then you silly as hell. Because if you subscribe to ESPN just for this, man, you might want to try to see about getting your money back or getting something reimbursed, because that was garbage. That was trash. That was kaput. Let's move on. We had John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio. Liv Morgan came back and helped Dominic Mysterio recapture the Intercontinental Championship. Now, that happened after John Cena took a Pop Rocks. That's another thing that I truly feel like that's the only hole in Roxanne Perez's game. She needs a new finisher. The Pop Rocks, I'm not gonna lie, that's like a signature move. Trash. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, the way she does it, it looks so like you could tell that her opponent is doing a good chunk of the work. I think that needs to be retired. Raquel Rodriguez, she did the Tejada Bomb, and then Liv Morgan came out. Well, I forgot. JD Madonna and Finn Balor came out, and they got hit with a double attitude adjustment. I'm about to start calling it the FU again. Fuck that. FU. He got hit with the double FU. Pause. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that transpired. And then Liv Morgan came out, was pretending that she was going to side with John Cena, and then kicked him in the dick. A great way to bring Liv Morgan back, right? Yeah. They just needed a moment. That's what Triple H does. He likes moments. He don't necessarily actually truly like building shit. He can't build shit. He's not a builder. He's not one of those guys. He is a freeloader. That's what he is. He's the type that will jump on the bandwagon and dick ride. He's the type of person that will be in the group project and does absolutely nothing in the group project, contributed nothing but adding his name and then get the credit. That's what Triple H is. So they could have brought Liv Morgan back in a different way. I personally need the Judgment Day to be over, and I need Liv Morgan to continue to run with Dominic Mysterio. But the Judgment Day needs to be out of the equation completely. I've been saying that for a very long time, and I'm going to keep on saying it. The next match, Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vicaire. And now this is the only match that I could really say was truly solid. It wasn't a great match, but it was solid. It was good enough. Nikki Bella did what she was supposed to do. It was great. And ladies and gentlemen, I live on a busy street. So if you hear sirens, they coming for me low key. You know what I'm saying? They coming for me for telling the truth about these things. You know, Triple H is one of those guys that can't take criticism, egomaniac. He'll suck his own dick if he can or could. You know what I'm saying? So that was that. Stephanie Vicaire went over. What else are we going to do? Who else is next for Stephanie? I don't know. Now we got the men's War Games match, which was garbage too. It was absolutely garbage. It was nothing to write home about. It was cool to see Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns brawl again, but all we see is brawls. Now, this is what I'm going to say that I really hated about this. They want Jey Uso to be taken serious, right? That's the whole premise of this supposed almost heel turn or whatever they're about to do with Jey Uso, right? So in the middle of the match, a middle of a war, a middle of something that's supposed to be a bloodbath, but it's not, but that's another story. He's eating in the middle of the match. I'm not gonna lie, man. When Brock Lesnar came out, I was happy. I was like, yo, you whoop all these guys' asses, man, because they over here following up with it, man. Yo, the yeeting in the middle of the match needs to stop. It needs to stop. The yeeting in the middle, the yeeting in general just needs to stop. Now, will it? No, because that right there is responsible for a lot of people getting paid. So I understand, but nah, the eating, it just needs to stop. It's garbage. It's overdone. We've seen it too many times. We've seen it all before. We heard it all before. Like what's that woman's name that made that song? Heard it all before. Yeah, nah. I had enough. I don't want to see it no more. That was garbage. The highlight of this match was there was a masked individual that came out and gave CM Punk a curb stomp. That was the highlight of the match. More than likely, it's Austin Theory. I could tell by the body shape, that that's Austin Theory. And shout out to Austin Theory. Even though we wanted him to be a babyface, looks like he's probably going to be a heel. I'll talk more about that on a later date, but more than likely, that's what we're getting. Austin Theory, shout out to Austin Theory. You know, hopefully this is the thing that pushes him into that main event scene. We shall see, man. I don't know. I'm just overall, the Hills won. Good for them. Shout out to them. Will it anything come of this? Who the hell knows? I don't know, and I truly don't care. This was a PLE that I kind of sit to myself and think, damn, like I really sat through that bullshit. I really sat through that bullshit, but I told myself I was only going to sit through the PLEs. I wasn't going to sit through no Monday Night Raw or no Friday Night SmackDown. Dry as the turkey that you're trying to warm up right now. Fuck no, fuck out of here. We not doing that. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I am giving this a 2 out of 5. And niggas is lucky I'm giving them that, because this right here is why I say what I say. This is why I say that they don't care about nobody but their bottom line and dollars, bro. Even if they gotta slime people out of good content, that's all they care about. and I hope everybody who are WWE lifers is starting to understand this, because it's shit. It's literally shit juice. You know, it's diarrhea. It's diorama. It's a diorama of diarrhea. That's what that shit is. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I can tell you right now, trash, dirt, kaput. Get it all out of here. But yo, I'm out. Peace.